What should you never say during a custody battle? Well, my name is Akiva Goldman, and I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. There are certain things that you should probably never say during a custody battle or really any legal proceedings. I suppose you shouldn't say that, I don't think this court is being fair to me. Or you shouldn't say something to the court that antagonizes this court, like, this court's known to be biased against men. Don't say that. You should never say anything that makes the court think that you're a conspiracy theorist or paranoid. Like, I think my lawyer is working for the other side. People say that all the time, and it sounds so ridiculous because no lawyer is going to put their license on the line because of one particular case, really for any particular case. But, it's ridiculous to say things like that. The moment you come into a court proceeding and make the court think that you believe that everybody's against you, that's the moment that you begin to lose your case. So you need to avoid, even if you think that, avoid communication like that. I had a client who lost a PPO hearing, and she blamed everybody. She blamed the judges, and she blamed the lawyers, and she blamed everybody. It didn't dawn on her. 10 people came in from the neighborhood to testify against her. She thinks she lost because the judge wasn't a family law judge. Well, no, I don't think that was it at all. I think when your own neighbors who you live in day out, they take time out of their day to come and testify against you, and not one, not two, but 10 of them, it's possible that the court may have thought one of two things. You know what? Either they're telling the truth about her, in which case I have to keep this peace by court order, or they're all willing to perjure themselves because I hate this person so I'm going to enter an order keeping them apart. Either way, the court enters that order. So I think you've got to be very careful. So if you take the stand and you start telling the court how everybody's against you and how the teachers are against you and the therapists are against you and your other lawyers are against you, everybody's against you, you begin to look like a person who's got some personal problems that may not make you the best choice for custody. So you got to watch out for that. Watch out for comments that bespeak a prejudice. Sometimes people don't realize that in the course of their standard vernacular, the regular things that they say, they might say something that's politically incorrect or perhaps even stereotyping a group or prejudicial. They may say something that's racist or anti-Semitic or something like that. They don't really mean anything by it so much as it's just an expression, a stupid expression that they may be repeating. But you got to watch that because you got to realize that anything that could offend the court might very well go to whether or not the court grants your request for relief in a custody battle. Now, you got to watch how you handle social media as well. When it comes time to things to avoid in a custody battle, the last thing you want is the other side to come up and show the court your Facebook pages and your pictures where you show yourself, using drugs or abusing alcohol or some such thing. You don't want anything like that. You certainly don't want them to pull out pages where you said something bad about your kids or bad about the court, because it just shows that you have really poor judgment. And that's not going to work well for you. You want some tips to how to present yourself favorably? Well, number one, dress like you're going to church, right? You want to wear a coat and tie for a woman. You want to dress appropriately. If you have a lot of tattoos, cover them up. Why? Because for all you know, the judge doesn't like that. The judge may or may not like that, so therefore, be careful about it. If you like coloring your hair purple or blue, you know what? Color it after the court makes the ruling on the custody. You don't have to present like that right now, because even though you have a right as a function of freedom of expression to do anything you want, but remember, the court's going to look at what choices you make to determine whether or not, the court should side with you. So you've really got to be very, very conscious of what your image is. And you have to distinguish between the fact that you have a right to portray yourself any way you want with whether or not it is wise to do so in certain circumstances. So you've got to be very careful about that. I think every case is different. Every plaintiff or defendant is different. Every litigant is different. If you have questions about your particular case or your particular self or situation, please reach out, and of course, we'll be glad to help you out.